Okay. Okay, Casey, we're gonna start with yours first. Okay. All right. First things first is that I don't understand why it's in a sheet like this. Like most of the time, you're gonna want to do it in a Google Doc because the email is gonna come down like so. So I'm gonna copy and paste it in. All right, email number one. Okay. Paste on. Yeah, okay. Hello, yes, that's my name. Content. That's hey. Pre-header. Okay, so like we can do it in a table, I think would work. So maybe actually like that. Then go subject line, pre-header. I used to do this for my old job. I used to have it like this. Content and then CTA. Okay, so that will go in there. The pre-header. Okay, and then email one. Alright, okay. And then no CTA there, I don't think. But we'll just say book and alignment. Cool, same as the other one. Delete row, okay. Share your Shine email sales funnel. So where's this section going? Is this going at the bottom of the email, like below? I'm not too sure. Maybe, yeah, we'll just say that it is. I'll just put it here. Okay. Yeah, we'll just put it there. Creative consultant. Oh, is that intentional? Okay, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that later. Okay, let's just read it. All right. Most people here are creative, capable, probably a bit neurospicy. Hey, if you can see the life you want but can't seem to move towards it consistently, welcome. This is a place to shine. Most people here are creative, capable, probably a bit neurospicy, and frustrated because they've tried before and it didn't pan out how they hoped. This doesn't mean you can't do this, it usually means you've been doing it alone. If you're tired of doing it alone, book a call here. Okay, and then the second one. Yeah, okay, let's read them all together. Let's read them all together, right? We're gonna do another. Then email 2. What's neurospicy? Well, I think it's a term meaning neurodivergent, but it's like trying to say it in a funny way. Why can I not get rid of that? Oh, I hate Google Docs sometimes. Ugh. Maybe I think if I make that. Yeah, there we go. Alright, email 2. Okay. Turning once upon a time. You ever thought I should be further along? Look, that's a good question. I should probably look that up. Because that's what I think it is. Neurospicy. To playfully describe their brain as working differently or having spice. A fun, casual term for neurodivergent, yeah. That's what I thought it was. So, neurodivergent, so you have some kind of, like neurological condition, but you don't want to call it neurodivergent or something boring. You want to call it something fun. Okay, about this. Oh, I don't think this is in the copy. Okay, let me get rid of this. Yeah, like presentation is so important, like for clients, because it's so easy to know yourself what everything means, but you got to assume that your client or the person you're sending to are like, like a child. Like I don't get the layout of this, but I'm working it out now. But if you send this to a client or even a customer, they are not going to understand it. All right. Wait, is that the subject line? That's the pre-header. So I'm just going to put it all in first, and then I'm going to like read it all together because I think it does. I think it's designed to work all in the same kind of flow. And then the CTA there is book an alignment call, and then I'll read the about section after. How would a child know what's neurospicy? Well, I guess this isn't being sent to children, right? and it's a social media term. Like I'm not really like a Instagram or TikTok guy, so I wouldn't really know. But uh, I guess if you are in that world, you would probably know what it means. But even if you don't, like it's a cool word. It sounds cool. It's interesting. Like that. That's what you should have in your emails. You should always use, words that people haven't used before, so that someone reads it and they go, "Whoa, what's this?" Like it's something interesting to look at in their um, in yeah in their inbox, because otherwise it's just always the same thing over and over again. All right, okay, nearly there, nearly there. Okay, all right. Okay, let's have a look. All right, about me. Creative consultant and coach after living years with dyslexia. Why is that hard to spell? And feeling very other. I'm understanding that I'm likely in other places. Likely. Where's that? I'm likely in other places in the neurodivergent scale. I draw people to me in person with my energy, but I find it hard to sell naturally. I have ads easily bringing emails at a really profitable price, but I'm not converting people unless I've met them in person. I need this to change. If I could have 1 to 2 signups a month, I'm laughing. All right, got it. Email flow to welcome people into my community. I'm a creative coach with a 6-month program where I help creators get out their own way and finally build the business and lives they've been imagining. The aim of these emails is to sell this program. And I believe the program should be on your school, right? Share your shine. Yeah, okay. So this is you. Okay, got it. All right. Email flow to welcome people into my community. I'm a crazy coach. It's a 6-month program. I help create get their own way and finally build the business that they've been imagining. The transformation I'm offering. So do you have an email list that have ads bringing in emails at a really profitable price? Okay, my ideal client and has likely tried the creative path or another path before being burnt out, or but by falling, know that they are built for something more and something else, but doesn't know where to start, have a vision of the life they love in their head, but it feels just out of reach, lost confidence in themselves with self-sabotaging behavior, so much creativity, it leaks out the edges, but they just can't see it. Issues around money, allowing themselves to make a lot, and self-worth that hold them back from all wrapped up in a big ADHD bow that gets in the way of routines, discipline, consistency, and a chuck of rejection sensitivity. Because of this, they're stuck constantly going around in circles, having ideas and not making them happen, starting doubting themselves and stopping again, reading the same work, not making traction or building anything substantial. The list has around 250 subscribers, but predominantly from meta ads, and so they are very sluggish. The opening rate sits pretty high, from 23% to 70% on some sub segments, but the click rate is shocking, only 65%. Well, 65% is quite good. I don't know if that's an error there, but that's insane. But maybe you meant like 6.5% or something. Um, but okay, but I understand the problem. And again, I only need 2 to 4 sales to be flying over the next couple of months because I'd be able to amp up the ads, and I know that I'd convert in content in the back end, which I currently don't. So I mean, this is a free community. I wonder if there's a paid thing in this that you're trying to convert them to. Um, yeah, I don't know. Okay, but understood. Okay, so you want to convert. So I'm going to presume you're getting people from this email list, from the meta ads, and you're trying to convert them into your school community. which is this. Your 6-month program for creatives ready to build properly with structure, support, and momentum. Okay. And it's 1,500 for 6 months. Share your shine. All right, I like it. Okay, cool. All right, okay, I'm with it. And then this is a funnel in itself for this. Okay, I'm gonna take this because this is gonna be useful. Okay, let's read the emails. All right. Most people here are creative, capable, probably at neurospicy. Okay, so one thing here is I would note is that the pre-header is almost, in my opinion, like just pointless. It's good, you have to have it, and it's good to have it, but most of the time when it comes up, you never actually, like, you don't actually see it that much. The subject line is way more important. So, like, I think this is much better because it's separate. I think most people are just going to see this, and then they might not even see this, because on desktop you can, but on mobile you often can't. So I would change this up a little bit. I like the word neurospicy. I think it's an interesting word. So I would have that in because it kind of catches your attention. As the man here said, what's neurospicy? Like, it's like, whoa, that's even better. If people don't know what it is, they might be curious. So I would have it as maybe something like, aren't you? Most people are a bit spicy. Fuck. You might be one of them. Because, like, basically my point about the pre-header is almost assume that people are not going to see it. Like, because so often they won't. They need to work together and also separately. Content. Hey. So I don't know if you do, but I would always use a first name tag if they enter those details. If they don't, then I would just have hey there or something like that. And then you can have in like some of these tools you can have in a, like, if first name not found, it will just say there instead. So I'd say, hey, first name, if you can see the life you want but can't seem to move towards it consistently, welcome, this is a place to shine. Most people here are creative, capable, probably a bit neurospicy, so I'd have that in like a brackets, like a bit of an aside. And frustrated because it's the 3, so it's the 1, 2, 3, but then this is like an extra one. And frustrated because they've tried before and it didn't pan out how they hoped. This doesn't mean you can't do this. It usually means you've been doing it alone. If you're tired of doing it alone, book a call here. All right, okay. Okay, so I'm going to assume that these emails come in an email flow. So they come one after the other. So like when someone automatically signs up, they get all 5 automatically. So if that is the case, which I'm going to assume that it is, you don't want to be selling a call in the first one. Okay, you want to basically like slow roll people, because if in the first one you're saying book a call now, it's like it's too much. So I think the first one is just going to be a welcome email. So basically it's just going to be like, hey, welcome, and what we're going to do is we're going to introduce the program. Right, and also I would say maybe even the school community. Okay, you give them something for free. So we're going to basically say, you can also find me on school, and I would say the CTA. Uh, it depends what the ad is, because if the ad is saying sign up now, um, yeah, if it's like a sign up now kind of vibe, then it would be different. It just depends on how the flow is from the ad. Because if the ad is very much like saying, okay, this is what you're going to get, then it'll be a little different. But I would say basically my point is that I wouldn't try and sell people on the first one if you have a 5 email flow booked out. I would say only in the last 3, maybe the first 2 or first 1 is just a welcome email. To just say, hey, this is me. Thanks for signing up. Just kind of explaining what they've signed up for, because most people will begin something with an emotional decision. They will be they buy with emotions and then they justify with logic. So they will suddenly say, so they will see it and then they will go, oh, okay, I have to do this, and they'll do it, and then the logic will come after. So then this is where you kind of build that logic. You will then have to say, well, here's what you've actually signed up for. Here's what you can expect now from me. So I would also add an introduction to yourself. So I would say, hi, I would have this in here, because you can then introduce people a little bit more to you, because you need to warm people up a bit, because they've made this emotional decision, they've clicked on the ad, they've entered their email. Now it's like, then you're losing them, because they don't really know what they've signed up for. So you need to now slowly roll them in. So we'll have the email 1 is going to be the welcome email. It's going to say basically, welcome to my side of the internet. And then the next emails can be selling them more into this. But this is where, if it's coming off an ad, then this is where the logic will come. So this is where you explain what people are actually going to be joining. Your videos helped me a lot. I got a client and made $500. Nice, congrats. What did you do for them? Did you do like emails or blogs or scripts or anything like that? Let me know. But okay, right, back to the emails. All right, okay. So the first one, okay. Hey, first name. If you can see the life you want but can't seem to move towards it consistently, I like that. That's pretty good. Most people here are creative, capable, probably a bit irresponsive and straight because they tried it before it didn't pan out like they hoped. This is why I made Share Your Shine. I'm in Fiverr, nice. What do you do on Fiverr? Sometimes I do emails. Nice. Me and one of my friends are going to do an email business soon. We're thinking about it because it's just so much potential in emails, specifically ecom. Like, we want to do a business where we set up like a done for you system where it does emails for ecom brands. Because we've done it all already. That's the thing. We know how to do it, but we just haven't done it. Yeah, there's so much money in it as well. But my main business is going fine, so I don't. It's really important to not get too distracted. It's like, when one thing starts going well, you start thinking, like, all the other things I could do, but then you drop the ball, and then you just don't stick with the thing that's actually making money. So, would you suggest Fiverr for beginners? Yes, 100%. That's how I started. I got my first clients on Fiverr. I'd never done anything, and I got my first business on Fiverr. I would say if you're new, Fiverr and Upwork are absolutely essential. Like they're not perfect, but there's probably nowhere more likely that you're going to get your first client than Fiverr or Upwork. And at that point, the experience is more important than the money. So you can just get experience. And then I think also what people don't realize is that often you move off the platforms. So a client I have now I found on Upwork, but within a few months or even like 2 months I had them off Upwork. I found them in the real world and like just contacted them and said, hey, like, do you want to work together on a separate contract? Because they'll say yes because they save on the Upwork fees and it's just easier for them and they can talk to you one to one. So think of it like a client acquisition tool rather than like you're going to make a living off it. If you think about it in that way, it's ideal. Okay, I keep getting distracted. Right, okay, back to the email. All right. If you can see the life you want but can't seem to move towards it consistently, welcome, this is the place to shine. Most people here are creative, capable, probably a bit nervous by and frustrated because they tried it before and it didn't pan out how they hoped. I really like this. I think this is awesome because it's just like it's saying it in a nice way, but it's basically exactly pinpointing the problem that people have. Like you understand it completely, and they get it. This is why I made Share Your Shine. My name is Kessie, and I help multi-passionate creatives stop circling their ideas and start building sustainable, profitable, creative work. Very nice. I like it. Yeah, so the first one is not going to be, the first one is going to be check out my school. So the first link is going to be to your school community because this is also a funnel, and if they have multiple touch points, they're going to be way more likely to convert. You know, if they are on, yeah, if they are in school and on your email list and they're seeing multiple things, they're way more likely to convert. Don't distract him. No, it's fine. I'll try and focus on this, but I'll do a little bit of questions. How much do you make on a year in Fiverr? I mean, I don't use Fiverr anymore. I used to when I was new, like 2, 3 years ago. But I made when I first started, I made like £200 a month, I think. Like, because I used to write articles and I do them for like 20 to £50, and I would just do a bunch of articles like that. But I didn't do it for very long, and like I said, I brought them off Fiverr into the real world, and then now I charge much bigger retainers, so it's different now. All right, check out my school. Okay. If you want to, if you want to, learn more about how you, actually maybe, okay, so maybe like our community is where we share ideas, accountability that builds momentum, and help want to build something that lasts. That's nice. I like that. And help creatives build something that lasts. Join free today. All right. So I think here, like, I'm not even necessarily being lazy. It's just that it helps to have touch points across multiple points, right? Because if say someone reads this and they're like, oh, it's my community, and then they go in and they see something different, it looks a bit weird. But they see share your shine here, and then they go on it. In fact, I would even have this emoji. I would put it next to this, because then it's the same. Share your shine, and it's like, whoa. You can also find me on School. Our community is where we share ideas, create accountability that builds momentum, and help creators build something that lasts. Join us today for free. So then they go, wow, okay, accountability. Oh yeah, that's exactly what the email said. Join, click, and then they joined for free. So now imagine this is in. So they've clicked on the ad, they've put in the email, they got this email, and they're like, okay, they either joined or they didn't. So they did join, and they're like, wow, great, this looks like my kind of community, and then they joined. Okay, so then they get an email, say probably the next day, right? So this is either whether they did join or whether they didn't join, but either one, like if they did join, it makes sense, because then they're going to think, oh, great, wow, like it's this community that I joined, I'm getting an email from it again. Or if they didn't, they've been introduced, so they already know, okay, it's this lady, she's got a free community. She's got a free community which will help me do exactly what I want. Cool. So then they get this second email on the second day. Okay, turning once upon a time into done. If you've ever thought I should be further along, nice. I would actually turn that into a question. Have you ever thought I should be further along? Okay. Hey, a lot of people carry quiet shame about past businesses or ideas that didn't become what they wanted. Here's the truth. Those weren't failures, they were experiments where you learned important skills. If you've ever thought, I should be further along, that's a sign you need support or structure, not more willpower. Build with rhythm, not pressure. That's a good email. Bloody hell. That's a good email. I would say this part could probably change just to get people to book a call. So I would say to here. Okay, so you need to explain what an alignment call is, because otherwise it just seems like a very opaque sales call. You know, I'm going to jump on a call, you're going to ask me a bunch of questions, and you're going to try and close me on a course. Most people don't really want to do that, you know, especially if they are neurodivergent or they are slightly anxious people. They're not going to want to just dive into a sales call. All right, they're gonna need a bit of a helping hand. So I would say explain what an alignment call is. So for everyone new, I offer a quick alignment call. I don't know if there's any more info on here. This 20-minute session. Okay. And offer a quick alignment call. Bro, nice hairstyle. Thanks, man. 20-minute. It's a free, or is it free? Okay, I don't know if it's free, but it should be free. You should have a free call that you offer to people first before they've paid for anything. So I'm going to say that it is free. Everyone knew I offer a quick alignment call. It's a free 20-minute call where I listen to you and understand where you might be stuck. If this is something you might be interested in, you can book using my link below. Speak soon. Right. Turning once upon a time into done. Have you ever thought I should be further along? Hey. A lot of people carry quiet shame about businesses or ideas that didn't become what they wanted. Here's the truth. Those weren't failures, they were experiments where you learned important skills. If you've ever thought, I should be further along, that's a sign you need support or structure, not more willpower. Build with rhythm, not pressure. For everyone new, I offer a quick alignment call. It's a free 20-minute call where I listen to you and understand where you might be stuck. If this is something you might be interested in, you can book using my link below. Speak soon, Casey. Alright, that's not bad. That's not bad. Maybe linking further along, so I understand where you might be stuck. No, I think this is alright. So basically what I've done here is I've just explained a little more that what the alignment call is. Okay, so it's no longer just like a hard, you don't just expect them to book on the link. They don't know what it is. Like, almost assume that they are, like, it's what I said earlier. It's like, assume they don't know anything. They don't know anything at all. You need to explain everything very, very clearly. Otherwise, people are not going to understand. So you are here explaining what an alignment call is. So they've got this one here. They know you've got a free community and they know what you do. Okay, and they know you've got Share Your Shine. This is the name. Your name's Casey. You do all these things. Email 2, you have an alignment call. Okay, so again, assuming that people are not signing up. All right, but even if they haven't, they have several touch points. They know your name. They know the name of your community. They know you've got a school community. Now in email 2, they've got an alignment call. Okay, you have an alignment call. This is something you do. Now these next 3 emails are basically going to be reminders. So they're going to essentially remind people of everything you do. And you can be a bit more creative in these emails. So I'll probably keep these as you've done them, because they're nice, but you need the first 2 as they are. Okay, subject line. Are you wired differently? So I would have, also just a side point here, I would have email 3 and email 4 and email 5 to be slightly later. So I would have them probably like 3 to 5 days after, just to like re-engage with those people. Because the people that are going to engage with you will close either from email 1, email 2, or your school community, because they've already said yes. Like the micro agreements are much further along once they've, and if the micro agreements are going to be much further along, the people that say yes to these things already. So you've done most of your selling here. These are almost reminder emails to get those old people back in. Because once leads are cold, they're generally pretty cold. Are you wired differently? Yeah, I'm not sure about this pre-header. I liked another one. What was it? You might be one of them. Maybe are you wired differently? Should you be further along? I don't know if that's a bit high pressure, but that sounds pretty good. Hey you. Nice, I like that. This is where my brain has been over the last few days. If routines and consistency have always felt hard, it's not a discipline problem. Most systems I would have here, this is where my brain has been in the last few days. I have struggled with my routines and my consistency. But I realized something. Okay. This is where my brain has been over the last few days. Routines and consistency have felt like the hardest thing in the world. Almost nothing has been done. But I realized something. If routines and consistency feel hard, it's not a discipline problem. Most systems are built for linear brains and endless focus. If you're ADHD or wired differently, you need flexible structure. You need flexible structure and regular reset points. That's what I help people build. If you want support that works with your brain, then I am offering a free alignment call to anyone who is interested. And then maybe I do a little scarcity thing here, a little like kind of, I don't know, like we're only taking a few this week. Then offering free alignment calls to anyone who is interested this week. If you've been struggling with your routines as a creative, I'd love to hear from you. Because I think the personal is where you'll win people over here, because this is it's quite an intimate community. It is a specific problem. It's a specific type of person you're speaking to. And it's also, you're appealing to people who are feeling a bit lost and a bit unsure of themselves. So you want to make sure your email is as personal as possible, which is why I add in a kind of personal touch to it. Like, you know, that's how you build a friendship, is you show a bit of vulnerability and you say, I've been struggling with this thing, like, have you also been struggling with that too? So I think that's why I've added that in. And then just saying like, hey, I'm offering this to you. I'd love to hear from you. So I'd love to hear what you have to say. So that's that email. Okay. All right. And then email 4, one client was about to scrap her whole website. Do you need full reinvention? Hey, one client, I like the hey you, I'm going to keep that. One client was about to scrap, hey you, an interesting story recently. One client of mine was about to scrap her whole website, undoing months of hard work. Most likely, Yeah, okay, that's way too quick. Like, I need to know more about this. One client of mine was about to scrap our whole website, undoing months of hard work. They couldn't, they thought they needed to redo the whole thing, but in reality, they just needed better systems. Most likely, you don't need a full reinvention. You need a rhythm built around you, a place to check in, and support that doesn't disappear when motivation dips. That's what Share Your Shine is built for. Stop carrying this by yourself. Book an alignment call. And the client, we made changes to our website which we put in place that week. It's already converting people. Yeah, I don't like that. Most likely you don't need a full reinvention. You need a rhythm built around you, a place to check in, and support that doesn't disappear when motivation dips. That's what Share Your Shine is built for. This week, so maybe like this week, I am showing people how on a call. Free one-to-one alignment call. I like the mention of Share Your Shine. This is why I built Share Your Shine. I'm showing people how to build their rhythm on a free one-to-one alignment call. And then I would have again, like, I like the point I made earlier about it's a free 20-minute call where I listen to you, you might be stuck. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna add back in the and the client. So like, but I'm gonna do it as like like PS. The website client. We made changes to her website, which you put in place that week. No, we didn't make changes. You made, she was going to scrap it, but then no, we only made small tweaks to her website. No big changes, which she, I'd say like maybe no wild changes. Yeah, nice. Okay, alright, so one client was about to scrap our website. Do you need full mention? Hey you, an interesting story recently. One client of mine was about to scrap our website, undoing months of hard work. She thought she needed to redo the whole thing, but in reality, she just needed better systems. Most likely, you don't need a full reinvention. You need a rhythm built around you, a place to check in, and support that doesn't disappear when motivation dips. That's why I built Share Your Shine. Then I would say, this week, I'm showing people how to build their rhythm on a free one-to-one alignment call. It's a free 20-minute call where I listen to you and understand where you might be stuck. P.S. The website client, we made small tweaks to the website, no world changes, and it's already converting people. Book an alignment call. Alright, that's fire. If I don't say so myself. Second guessing slowing you down? Nice. This is your invitation. Nice. Hey you, I'll be direct. If you're tired of rehashing the same ideas, second guessing yourself, doing everything alone, or doing nothing because you're overwhelmed, this is your invitation. Share Your Shine is for people ready to commit to sport, not just think about change. It's time to commit yourself if it's time to commit yourself, join our free community. All right, so this last one is basically email 5 you should have like way later, and this should just be like a join us. This is like the cold leads. This is the ones that like haven't closed. They're not interested. They don't even check their emails. They signed up on a whim. You know, send this out like a week later, and they'll just get it and be like, oh yeah, that thing, and then they'll join for free, because they're probably, if they haven't closed after 5 emails, they're probably not going to close like on a call. They are very, very like not interested. But a free community, why not? You know. So I would say don't try and get them on a call. That last thing is just to get, you know, a few more people into your free community. Okay, all right. Let's go through it again one more time. I know I've spent a long time on this one, but I think it's worth it. Share your shine email sales funnel. Okie dokie. Email 1, welcome. Most people are a bit neurospicy. You might be one of them. Hey, first name. If you can see the life you want, but can't seem to move towards it consistently, welcome. This is a place to shine. Love it. Most people here are creative, capable, probably a bit neurospicy and frustrated because they've tried before and it didn't pan out how they'd hoped. This is why I made Share Your Shine. My name is Kissy and I help multi-passionate creatives stop circling their ideas and start building sustainable, profitable, creative work. Lovely. You can find me on school. All right, I would actually change that and say we have a free school community where we share ideas, create accountability that builds momentum, and help creators build something that lasts. Join us today for free. And come and say hi. Check out my school. Join us. Yeah, okay. Nice, because I mean, it reminds me very much of there's a community called Word Tonic, which is a Gen Z copywriting community, and it has the same energy to it. It's very much like, you know, Gen Z, like neurodivergent kind of group, but the way they get it in is very much like, this is a friendly community. This is like what we include people in this, and it's people that are shy. It's people that are a little bit timid, and they don't, you know, they're not really sure what to do. You want to basically say, we're friendly over here. Come in. Okay, join us. All right. Let's even have a little exclamation mark there just to make it seem friendly. All right. Email 2. All right. So this is the welcome email free community. Second email. Turning once upon a time into done. Have you ever thought I should be further along? I actually think this is a better pre-header. And I think your pre-header, fuck. Right, let's copy that. And then that. And then that. There we go. Alright. Have you ever thought I should be further along? Turning once upon a time into done. Alright, nice. Hey, a lot of people carry quiet shame about past business ideas that didn't become what they wanted. That's really good. I love that. Here's the truth. Those weren't failures, they were experiments where you learn important skills. If you've ever thought, I should be further along, that's a sign you need support or structure, not more willpower. Build with rhythm, not pressure. For everyone new, I offer a quick alignment call. It's a free 20-minute call where I listen to you and understand where you might be stuck. If this is something you might be interested in, you can book using my link below. And then I'd have maybe a little more info, like, self-sabotage gets replaced with execution. I'll help you replace self-sabotage with execution. Speak soon, Kessie. All right. So then this second one, they're introducing the alignment call. So, like I said, they've either gone into the free community or they've done nothing at all, but they've seen it. Now they know of the alignment call. So then now we're positioned to speak about the free community and also the alignment call in the next 3 emails. Okay, email 3. Are you wired differently? Should you be further along? Hey you, this is where my brain has been over the last few days. Routines and consistency have felt like the hardest thing in the world. Almost nothing has been done. Maybe I'd have that as like a dash there. Almost nothing has been done. So it's like very relatable. It's like, you know, everyone struggles with this. Like, you want to do more, you haven't done it. But I realized something. If routines and consistency feel hard, it's not a discipline problem. Most systems are built for linear brains and endless focus. If you're ADHD or wired differently, you need flexible structure and regular reset points. That's what I help people build. If you want support that works with your brain, then I'm offering free alignment calls to anyone who is interested this week. Yeah, nice. If you've been struggling with your routines as a creative, I'd love to hear from you. And then I just have speak soon. Because it's almost like assuming that they will. Okay, book an alignment call, alright, nice. Because now you've explained what it is so they know, okay? So email 4, right, as I said before, email 4 and email 5, maybe a little bit later. So I would say maybe stagger those few days, few weeks, just to make the most of it. One client was about to scrap our website. Do you need a full reinvention? You're trying to say that you don't, so do you really need a full reinvention? Hey you, an interesting story recently. One client of mine was about to scrap her website, undoing months of hard work. She thought she needed to redo the whole thing, but in reality she just needed better systems. She just needed a better rhythm. I like rhythm more than systems because I think systems is a bit overdone. And I really like the idea of rhythm. It sounds nicer. Most likely, you don't need a full reinvention. You just need a rhythm built around you, a place to check in, and support that doesn't disappear when motivation dips. That's why I built Share Your Shine, and then we'll have that little emoji again. I think emoji is really powerful. This week, I'm showing people how to build their rhythm on a free one-to-one alignment call. It's a free 20-minute call where I listen to you and understand where you might be stuck. P.S. That website client, we only made small tweaks to our website, no wild changes, and it's already converting people. Book an alignment call. Book your alignment call, maybe, yeah. See the stats on that, see which one's better. Email 5, alright, email 5, like I said, is a last ditch attempt. It's the last, like, reach out to see who's out there. Second guessing slowing you down, this is your invitation. Hey you, I'll be direct. If you're tired of rehashing the same ideas, second guessing yourself, doing this everything alone, or doing nothing because you're overwhelmed, this is your invitation. Share Your Shine is for people ready to commit to support, not just think about change. If it's time to commit yourself, join our free community. See you inside. Join us for free. Because now your retention will be way better in a school group than it will be on email. On email, people are like, you'll email them once, you never see them again. In school, they're kept there and they're more engaged, and people that have joined your school are much more likely to be interested because they have done as much as to sign up and register on school. Whereas an email, okay, you enter the details once, you know. Okay, I think that's all done. So yeah, let me know. Let me put that in the document, and we'll be on to the next one now. There we go. Alright. Oh, this was the Dubai one, wasn't it? I was gonna... Alright, Dr. Mike Diamonds. I remember this one. This one I was writing for ages. For ages and ages. Okay, all right. We're gonna go through them quickly because I've only got half an hour now. Because I spent so long on this one. Um, but it was a good one. It was a good one. I really like it. I want you guys to send more like you know, like email lists because often you just send me one email, but like when you get like a series that comes through, that's how most people do it. They'll have a series of like five, sometimes even 10 emails that come like automated, and they all work together. Nowadays it's about multiple touch points. The skill now is to have an entire system of lead generation and lead capture that works across multiple tools. It's not just like how it used to be, which is one email, one post, one link, one sale. Now it's like this whole web of stuff going on. So try and think about it in that way. I can't remember what was left with this one. I think it was this one I hadn't done. Okay. And then it was this second one. All right. Subject line: You almost gave on to buy, then this happened. Oh, because this was the AI version. Yeah, I remember now. All right. Please rate this too. He almost gave up to buy, then this happened. Hey, first name. You might know Dr. Mike Diamonds. 1.7 million YouTube subscribers, a global fitness brand, a reputation built entirely on trust. But behind the scenes, he was stuck. Every time he tried to move forward with Dubai, it turned into a maze. Turned into a mess. Free zones, visa timelines, banking requirements, too many agencies, zero transparency, hidden costs buried in fine print. I think this is a good opportunity to have a bullet points just to like break up the text a bit, because there's a lot of information and they can skim it, and essentially you're trying to convey that there's just a lot of shit going on, and a list as well, because then it looks like there's a lot of things happening. Okie dokie. Every time you tried to move forward with the buy, it turned into a mess. He couldn't cope with, or like he was immediately snowed under by free zones, visa timelines, banking requirements, too many agencies, zero transparency, hidden costs buried in fine print. For someone whose entire brand is built on credibility, handing the wrong people his business setup wasn't just a risk, it was a non-starter. I hate the way AI does this. It does it so much now, which is like, it wasn't just this, it was this. You'll notice that it does it all the time, and it's become such an obvious way that AI wrote it. Because it really doesn't say anything. It doesn't. You're just saying, oh, it's not this thing, it's this thing. It's just adding emphasis that isn't really there. For someone whose entire brand is built on credibility, handing the wrong people his business setup was a risk he could not take. Was an enormous For someone whose entire brand is built on credibility, handing the wrong people his business setup was an enormous risk. So he waited for the perfect moment, for more clarity, for someone he could actually trust. Sound familiar? Here's what changed. He found Gen Zone, not through an ad, not through a sales pitch, through reputation, through people who'd already been through it and came out the other side without the horror stories. Alright, that kind of lost me there. There's too many throughs. He found Gen Zone, not through an ad. Fucking hell, yeah, there's like, what, how many throughs are here? Through, 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 through. Like, lots of going through. Here's what changed. He found Gen Zone. All right, so um, right, this is something that I had a problem with in the other email. Is that you need to remember again, like people don't know what Gen Zone is. You need to assume your audience are dumb, that they don't know what anything is. Because how am I meant to know what Gen Zone is? Like, I don't know. I've never heard of this. Like, I only know it because I was doing this before, and I can kind of assume. But they have no clue. So what you do in the original copy is it goes, here's what's changed. He found Gen Zone, not through this, not through this, not through this. It was magic and it was clear process. And but I'm thinking in my head, what the fuck is Gen Zone? And that a confused customer always says no. If there's any element of confusion in any way, it's a no. It's a like this isn't worth it. So you need to always be clear about what everything is. He found Gen Zone, which is a I wonder, is it actually a real business? Let me look it up. Gen Zone. Yeah. Dubai setup made simple. There we go, exactly, because the real site has it different. He found Gen Zone, which makes Dubai setup simple. Here he is.
Hi, my name is Dr. Michael Diamonds. I am a YouTuber with 1.7 million subscribers. I am also the CEO and founder of Scope by Science. Being able to find a company that can easily give you
Jeez.
your Emirates ID and help you open up a bank account can be difficult as there's so many popping up. But I found my best experience to be with Genzo. The quickness of how they reply, their professionalism.
Also, one thing as well, guys, I have noticed that he has referred to himself as Dr. Michael Diamonds, even though his channel's Dr. Mike. So it might be worth amending that. Hang on, let me go back.
Hi, my name is Dr. Michael Diamonds. I am a YouTuber with 1.7
Oh,
million
he goes by Michael Diamonds on YouTube, on Instagram, and then Mike on YouTube. All right, thank you, Michael. He found Gen Zone, which makes setting up in Dubai simple. Yeah, clear processes from day one, no runaround, no vague timelines, no surprise fees waiting at the finish line, just a straightforward path. Walked with him step by step. Alright, we're going to delete that. And his business bank account, brackets, the part that quietly kills most people's momentum, was open and active before he'd fully settled in. I've never seen a bank account open that quickly. Everything was smooth and super professional. I'd rate Gen Zone 10 out of 10. Highly recommend Dr. Mike Diamonds. He didn't say that because he was asked. He said that because when you've lived through the confusion, the back and forth, the waiting, you immediately recognize when someone actually knows what they're doing. If you're still deciding whether to buy the move, or you know it is, but you don't know where to start, that's exactly what the first call is for. No pitch, no pressure, just clarity. We'll look your free 20-minute call here, named Gen Zone. All right, I like it. I like it. I like it. AI didn't do a bad job. I mean, let me put it through AI. All right. And I would say like maybe make it like okay. I would say like make this email more personal and more targeted to the specific problems that people face when moving to Dubai. because I think it's a little vague. But I think with AI you can make it a lot more targeted. Hey, first name. You probably Googled. All right, let's put it into the doc. Claude version. He almost gave up in Dubai until this. Hey, first name. You've probably already Googled how to set up a business in Dubai, and you've probably already come away more confused than when you started. Free zones versus mainland. Which visa category? Which bank will actually approve you? Which agency won't disappear after taking your money? That's not a knowledge problem. That's a trust problem. Again, you see what I mean with AI? It does the like. It's not a this. It's a that. But we'll leave it because this is just AI. Dr. Mike Diamond's 1.7 million YouTube subscribers, a global fitness brand, was in the same place. He knew Dubai made sense. Nice. Lower taxes, better infrastructure, a hub for the kind of international business he was building. But every time he tried to move forward, it turned into a maze. Free zone options no one could clearly explain, visa timelines that kept shifting, banking that seemed designed to reject you, agencies quoting different prices for the same thing. Fine print that only showed up after you'd signed. For someone whose entire brand runs on credibility, handing his business setup to the wrong people wasn't just frustrating, it was a real worst to everything he'd built. There we are again. So he waited and kept waiting until he found GenZone. What changes from the process it was the clarity. The first call, he knew exactly what was happening, what was next, and what it would cost. No back and forth, no vague timelines, no fees, material. Oh, fucking hell, this is long. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, like, I'm gonna put in the this as well. Claude version prompt. Okay, so yeah, I don't like it as much, to be honest. Um, yeah, I'm not that convinced. I think my version's way better. And do you know what I would even have as well? Is I'd have a picture of Mike, or I would have an YouTube embed. So I would have that exact video. Um, what's it called? Gen Zone. So that.
Hi, my name is. What's up, my people? Hi, my name is Dr. Michael Diamond. I am a
Yes.
YouTuber with 1.7.
So I would then have this here. So I'd embed that in the email so that then they see that, or they see a picture of him, and I would keep it shorter because the AI is just gonna just ramble on like here. It's incredibly boring, but if you just have the actual guy saying it, because that's really all that matters. All right, they just want that testimonial. Um, okay, all right, that one's done. Let's have a look. Okay, yes, done. I feel like I need a better. Like I need to separate the done from the things. I thought about like maybe making a gap. Yeah, maybe okay, one row above. Maybe I'll have like a block here, so that then you know what's done. Okay. Next one. Okay. Okay. You can't be consistent, name. Prove me wrong by following these tips. Hey, name, most people think motivation is what gets you to the gym. It's not. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Some days you wake up feeling unstoppable, like you could conquer an empire, and other days, even getting out of bed feels like lifting a 1,000-ton rock. I'm not sure about that. It seems a bit weirdly specific. I would say maybe like too much effort. Some days we wake up feeling unstoppable, like you could conquer an empire, and other days, even getting out of bed feels like too much effort. So, what do you do on those days? Name, because waiting to feel motivated is the fastest way to stay stuck. Here's what changed everything for me. Today, moving my body and fueling it properly are non negotiables. I don't debate it, I don't overthink it, I just do it. But I won't lie to you, yeah, there's a little comma there. Building this lifestyle wasn't easy. It's hard. Okay, so there's a slight error here because what it is I won't lie to you, building this lifestyle wasn't easy. It's in the past. It's hard is now the present. So it's slightly odd because it's like, okay, the lifestyle wasn't easy, but now it's easy, so it's in the present. So I'd actually probably just remove this because otherwise you'll say it was hard, but you don't need to say that. But I won't lie to you, building this lifestyle wasn't easy. Here's the truth most people miss. Consistency becomes easy once you stop relying on motivation and start relying on systems. Once I realized a few key things, staying consistent stopped feeling like a battle. I would actually get rid of that and just go straight into it. Here's exactly what helped me. Get clear on your why. Why are you doing this in the first place? Is it your confidence, health, discipline, respect? Your why has to matter on the days you don't feel like showing up. Set realistic goals, both internal, how you feel, and external, how you look, perform. Stop saying, I don't have time. Most people don't lack time, they lack priority. You don't need perfect conditions, you need commitment. Even 30 minutes beats doing nothing. Have a clear plan. Walking into the gym without a plan leads to wasted effort and zero results. When you know what you're training and why, showing up becomes easier. Track your progress. Take progress photos, track your weights, write down how you feel. Nothing builds consistency like proof that you're improving. These few changes are what made consistency feel natural for me. And this is exactly what I helped build inside my one-to-one coaching. Not just workouts, not just diet tips, but a simple system that fits your life so you don't fall off every time motivation disappears. If you're curious about what the system looks like, how it's personalized, and why people stay consistent, blah, blah, blah. It's getting too long. I'm getting bored. I really like this. I think this is really nice. Actually, very interesting. But I would stick to the rule of 3. So I would not have 4. I would have 3. I would probably get rid of this one because progress and plan, they're kind of the same. Okay, so I think honestly, I think up until this point it's been really solid. Get clear on your why. Why are you doing this in the first place? Is it confidence, health? I would say that is gonna be like that. I'm loving the brackets today. I'm using a lot of brackets. Maybe okay. There's some weird formatting going on here. I would say nice bullet points. Get clear on your why. Why are you doing this shit? Here's exactly what helped me. Get clear on your why. Why are you doing this in the first place? Health, discipline, respect. Your why has to matter on the days you don't feel like showing up. Set realistic goals, both internal, how you feel, and external, how you look or perform. Nice. Stop saying I don't have time. Nice. Most people don't lack time, they lack priority. You don't need perfect conditions, you need commitment. Even 30 minutes beats doing nothing. Alright, so I think here where it's a bit confused is because it's like maybe not like a bullet point, maybe just like that. Yeah. Most people don't lack time, they lack priority. You don't need perfect conditions, you need commitment, even 30 minutes each doing nothing. So again, I'm keeping it in the rule of 3. So each point has 3 sections. It's much easier to read. Have a clear plan. Walking to the gym without a plan leads to wasted effort and 0 results. When you know what you're training and why, showing up becomes easier. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that because I don't think it's relevant. And then I need a... How do I do... Fuck me, emoji. Alright. 3 emoji. Alright. Track your progress. Take progress photos and track your weights. Write down how you feel. Nothing builds consistency like proof that you're improving. Nice. Okay. Oh yeah, we're not doing bullet points, are we? Okay. These few changes are what make consistency feel natural for me. I'd even have like a little dash here just to say that the list has ended. These few changes are what make consistency feel natural for me. And this is exactly what I help people build inside my one-to-one coaching. Not just workouts, not just diet tips, but a simple system that fits your life so you don't fall off every time motivation disappears. Okay, so I don't think you need this because this is really good. A simple, like, you've covered it here. It's done. It's said. All right, they're curious now. Yeah, so you need to be clear about what. Okay, what if I click on it? What is it? Is it? I really don't know. I don't know. Is it a? Is it a call? Is it a sales call? Is it a? Um. Is it the? I don't know. Is it a PDF? Is it like what is it? So maybe like I have a free. Let's say. Like I have a free PDF of my exact system which you can download today. And then I would just say like the link will be on the free PDF bit. Yeah, there we go. So look at that. These few changes are what I made. These few changes are what made consistency feel natural for me. This is exactly what I help people build inside my one-to-one coaching. Not just workouts, not just diet tips, but a simple system that fits your life so you don't fall off every time motivation disappears. I have a free PDF of my exact system which you can download today. Take a look. Even reading it will change how you think about consistency. Perfect. Great. Okay. Let me add anyone with a link. Let me make sure that one was. All right, nice. All right, okay. Yeah, that's a lot better. It's got the bar now. All right. Well, thanks for joining, everyone. It was a good stream. I did it Friday today because I didn't have. I'm busy tomorrow, but normally it will be on Saturday morning. So yeah, please join the community and put your copy in the document just here, and then I'll review it on the next one. Thanks, guys.